Guys, welcome to Study Tips and Solutions and how to study for that big exam. Okay, now we are under the topic of what to eat before an exam. Okay, guys, so first and foremost, you should know that what you eat during study periods plays a very big factor in your exam results. Okay, so what we'll be looking at in this video, we'll be looking at foods you should avoid during your studies and food that actually have health benefits. Okay, so first we're going to be looking at the foods that we should avoid. All right, first up we have processed foods. Okay, and we're going to look at what processed foods bring. Now, it takes energy to make energy, right? Now, when your body is overwhelmed with the demands of breaking down chemically complex, overly processed foods, now it steals much needed energy, from the learning process. Now, fast foods and most foods that comes in boxes, cans, bags, you name them, right? They are also loaded with chemical compounds such as preservatives, right? And also coloring and stabilizers and artificial flavors as well. Now, as you can see, this cannot be good for your body, right? And therefore it have negative effects on the nervous system, right? So that's what processed foods does. All right, now next one we're going to be looking at is sugary food and drinks. Now, sugary food and drinks really, now glucose is a good thing and it is necessary for the brain function and survival of nerve cell. Now, the problem is too many foods are loaded with highly refined and processed sugars that have a negative impact on our insulin response and blood sugar handling over time. Now, this could lead to type 2 diabetes or in many cases pre-diabetes. Now, because our brain is energy hungry and an inability to handle blood sugar often results from forcing disruption to your learning process, right? Now, it is also known that many of these sugars never even reach the blood-brain barrier, therefore never making it to the brain. You understand? So this is very dangerous when your sugar intake is way too high. Okay, so just avoid all of that, just to avoid all of these problems. Okay, right. All right, so moving on to next, trans fat foods. Now, foods with trans fat or foods made of trans fat. Now, by now many of us have heard the dangers of trans fat or man-made hydrogenated oils that were invented to improve stability in foods. Now, this list continues to grow, but one of the primary risks of ongoing consumption of these fats found in fried foods, crackers, microwave popcorn, and you name it, and fries and all those stuff. These things lead to cardiovascular disease. So you understand what we're going up against right here. Why we say it's a no and foods to avoid when studying. Right? Alright, so that's it for foods to avoid when studying. Now, what we'll be looking at next, we're actually going to look at foods to eat and their health benefits. Okay, first up we have banana. Second, beetroot. Third, blueberries. Fourth, broccoli. Fifth, coconut oil. Sixth, dark chocolate. Seven, green leafy vegetables. Okay, so we're going to look at each and every one of these and their health benefits. Okay, banana. Now, banana and its health benefits. All right, now Bananas contains vitamins, minerals, and amino acids that enhances the brain function, right? Now, banana has a rich source of both vitamin B6 and carbohydrates, which also helps your brain to make neurochemicals, which are very important, right? All right, so that's it for banana. Next up, we have we have beetroot, right? Now, the beetroot, let us look at some of the health benefits for it. Now, the natural nitrates in beetroot boost blood flow to the brain and is rich in iron. All right. Now, well, the brain, aiding in mental performance, it also helps, in boosting your energy and performance level. So it's not just about, it has iron. It also help boost your energy and your performance level for whatever it is you need your energy to do. All right. Now, so moving on to next, blueberries. Right. Who would know that these little candies have, you know, such great health benefits? Now, we're going to look at what it has. Now, blueberries are very rich in antioxidants, right? Now, it has fiber, vitamin C, and vitamin K, right? Now, based on the fact that it has high levels of, gallic acid, it is very good at, protecting our brains from stress and degeneration, right? Bet you didn't know that. All right, so moving on to broccoli. Now, broccoli, I think most persons know that broccoli is good for them, vegetables. Now, broccoli is one of the best brain food. It has a high level of vitamin K and choline, right? Now, what do we mean by, or what else is it that it has to offer? Now, broccoli helps to keep your memory sharp, okay? So it keeps you on top of everything. So that's definitely good for studying. All right. So moving on to next, we have coconut oil. Wow. Who would know that coconut oil is really, you'd call it a food, but you use it with your food. All right. Now, coconut oil works as an inflammatory within the body, suppressing cells responsible for inflammation, right? Now, this also, you know, it helps with memory loss as age progress, right? So it, like persons like having memory loss as their age progress, and it rids stomach from bacteria, right? All right, so moving on to, oh, looky there, dark chocolate. Now, dark chocolate, we would think these are, we should stay away from chocolate, but not all chocolate. Now, dark chocolate comes with great health benefits. It lowers your blood pressure and improves blood flow to the heart and the brain. Who would know that? Dark chocolate, not white, not light brown, but dark chocolate, right? Now, this wonderful snack actually comes with benefits. It helps lowering blood pressure and improves blood flow to the brain and to the heart. Wow, it has a lot of benefits. Nobody would ever thought of that. But anyway, at least I wouldn't thought of that. Right. So, moving on to last but not least, we have green leafy vegetables. Wow, I think we know that, well, we all know that these have health benefits, but it's listed there anyway. These leafy vegetables helps to improve your memory. Did you know that? Now, lettuce, spinach, pak choy, callaloo, this keeps dementia away and lessen memory loss. So, guys, you can go and look them up and fact checked. So you'll see I'm really telling the truth, so you can actually take this and study for that big exam. Okay, guys, that's the end of my video. Thanks for watching.